If you are a manager, giving presentations is something that you have to do on a daily basis, right? And I'm sure that you want to give presentations that are compelling and have the desired outcome. Now, here's the problem. Such presentations require preparation. And now tell me, do you always have enough time to prepare? Probably not. You have a very limited amount of time to prepare. Okay, no worries. Because today, I want to share with you one of my very favorite techniques that I use for preparing presentations and other content. And it's called mind mapping. I want to show you how you can use mind maps to create an awesome presentation and do it fast. Hi, my name is Alena Huberova, and I help women in business to become awesome managers, managers they always wish they had. So let's have a look at this mind mapping. First, let me tell you what a mind map is. Mind map is basically a graphical way to represent ideas or concepts. It can look something like this. Don't worry, later on I will share my screen so that you have a clearer picture, okay? Just to give you a little illustration. Now, what is so amazing about mind maps? First, a mind map, it lets your creative juices flowing. It helps you brainstorm all sort of ideas related to the subject of your presentation. It then helps you organize these ideas and structure them in a way so that your presentation flows. And that way you can really present in a very clear and comprehensive manner. So that's one huge benefit. Another huge benefit that I'm sure you will love is that mind maps, they actually help you memorize the content, memorize your presentation. So much more than linear notes would do. You know, sometimes we show up at our presentations with numerous sheets of paper and we start to give a presentation and then we get stuck and we refer back to our notes and we get completely lost, which is not very good when you're in the middle of giving a presentation. So mind map is the same mind map that you have used in order to prepare for your presentation, you can actually use as your presentation notes. And so when you get stuck, you look at your mind map and you see exactly where you are in your presentation and what is the next idea that you want to elaborate on. So it's awesome. Right. I discovered mind maps many years ago during a corporate training. And I can tell you that since the moment I left the training room, I was using mind maps for everything. In fact, my colleagues would laugh at me because you know, my note block, my blocks would always be full of mind maps and they didn't understand what these are. So there are different uses for mind maps. You can use mind maps not only to prepare content of your presentation, but you can prepare content of anything else. If you need to write an article, if you need to produce a video, if you need to prepare a training course. So it's brilliant to prepare content. And on the other hand, it's brilliant to plan. You can actually use it as a planning tool. Maybe you need to plan agenda for the upcoming meeting. Maybe you want to plan projects. You can even plan your calendar using mind maps. It's awesome. So enough about that. Let's get started. What is it you can do when you're using mind maps for the first time? So imagine a scenario that you're preparing for a presentation on a topic that you have not really talked about in formal settings yet. So first, you want to brainstorm ideas around that topic. Okay, so you take a sheet of paper and you, in the center, you note down the topic of your presentation. And from the core idea, the idea of your presentation, there will be, you know, different lines, and each line represents a different idea or concept. So you can time yourself. let's say you can give yourself 3 to 5 minutes, and you will brainstorm all ideas related to the subject of your presentation. So for instance, in my case, I wanted to talk to you about mind maps. So what is it I could be talking to you about? Well, I could first tell you what mind maps are, how you would use them, what is the benefit of using them. I could then tell you how I discovered mind maps, what are the different types of mind maps, and how you would go about creating one. Okay, so all sorts of ideas. In fact, I'm going to share with you my screen, and I will show you how such a mind map could look like. Yeah? So as you can see, my mind map is already quite organized. You don't need to worry about that. In the initial brainstorming stage, we're simply downloading our ideas related to that subject on a piece of paper. Yeah, each with a, you need to draw a line, and each line is associated with that idea. So can you see the what, why, how, and then each of these ideas you can then further elaborate on. So when I want to talk to you about how you would use mind maps, I can tell you, well, you can use it to prepare what? Presentations, articles, videos, courses, and you can also use it to plan. Can you see? So you've got the prepare, the plan, and plan what? Meetings, projects, even your agenda, okay? So this is the brainstorming stage. After about 5 minutes of brainstorming with yourself, you will find tons of different ideas on your mind map. Now, you cannot possibly talk about all of these ideas in your presentation. It would be just an information overkill, and you don't want that because the listeners will get absolutely lost. So in the next stage, you need to select the ideas that you want to elaborate on during your presentation. So let's start mapping out your presentation using a mind map. You can actually use another, for the brainstorming stage, you can use a mind map, and then you can start making a new mind map once you have selected the ideas, and you will use that mind map to map your presentation. So as you know, every single presentation needs to have some introduction, some beginning in which you set the context. Then you've got the main body of the presentation, and at the end you've got a closure of the presentation. So let me share with you a mind map that I have done for this video, okay, so that you see it clearly here. So the central idea, the central topic of my video is mind maps for presenting, okay? In here, the red line represents the beginning of my presentation. That's the introduction. And if you remember, I told you that as managers, you have to be presenting. You're probably doing it on a daily basis. You want to create presentations that are compelling, and that requires preparation. And I want to share with you a really fabulous tool, okay? Then I talked a little bit about myself, because some of you might be seeing me for the first time. And then I moved on to the subject of mind mapping. What is it? Why is it so fantastic? And how you can actually use it. And can you see? And then I expanded the idea. I provided you with the supporting argumentation. Right now, I am at this stage of of this video, how you get started, yeah? And we're talking about how you would map out a presentation using a mind map, okay? So you organize your ideas, you prioritize them, and you then structure the ideas so that the presentation flows, yes? Starting from a beginning and then all the way to bring the presentation to a closure. A closure is something that I'm going to do right now, yeah? So this This is just an example of a mind map. I am not very elaborate or sophisticated in my mind mapping. Some people, they use a lot of imagery. Yeah, so you would actually draw images there. As you can see, I have a little heart in here, but that's about it. But the more visual, the more graphical is your mind map, the more creativity it helps you generate, the more ideas you may come up with. And also the easier it is for you to memorize the content if you're using the mind map as your presentation notes. Yeah. So can you see? Compare a visual mind map to your linear notes that you normally bring in your presentation. There is a dramatical difference. This is so much more beneficial as notes. Yeah, when you get stuck in a presentation, you just look, right now I'm in the green area, so now I need to close. And that's what I'm going to do actually right now. If you want to learn more about mind maps, this is a fabulous book that I recommend, Tony Buzan. It will help you understand mind maps much better, define your own mind mapping style, and also see what kind of different context you could be using mind maps in. It's awesome. So that's it. I hope that you find this beneficial, and I hope that next time you have to prepare for a presentation, you will get excited because you know that you have a little new tool to help you prepare an awesome presentation and to do it fast. That's it from me. If you like this video, please like it and please share it with people who may find it beneficial as well. And if you're a woman watching this video, make sure that you look at the text description because I've got tons of resources for female managers. I've got all sorts of video posts on relevant issues, and I've got a 5-day challenge for every female manager, so you can subscribe down there. It's completely free. That's it from me. I hope you find this useful, and I will see you in my next video. Bye-bye.